Alright, today. I think that is the fifth. Win through your actions. I think. Let's see. Yeah, that is the fifth. Alright, win through your actions. During his extremely long career as England's most celebrated architect, Sir Christopher Wren was often told by his patrons to make impractical changes to his designs. Never once did he argue or offend. He had other ways of proving his point. In 1688, Wren designed a magnificent town hall for the city of Westminster. The mayor, however, was not satisfied. In fact, he was nervous. He told Wren he was afraid the second floor was not secure and that it would all come crashing down on his office on the first floor. He demanded that Wren add 2 stone columns for extra support. Wren, the consummate engineer, knew that these columns would serve no purpose and that the mayor's fears were baseless. But build them he did, and the mayor was grateful. It was only years later that workmen on a high scaffold saw that the columns stopped just short of the ceiling. They were dummies. But both men got what they wanted. The mayor could relax, and Wren knew posterity would understand that his original design worked and the columns were unnecessary. Daily law: demonstrate, do not explicate. That's from the 48 Laws of Power, law number 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. That's right. That's why they say actions speak louder than words. Let's see. There's an interesting paragraph in here. Well, this is just the paragraph I looked at. It is all rather simple. When you transgress the fundamental law by bringing your unusual fear to any encounter, you narrow your options and your capacity to shape events. Your fear can even bring you into a negative field where your powers are reversed. Being conservative, for instance, can force you into a corner in which you are more likely to lose what you have in the long run because you also lose the capacity to adapt to change. Trying so hard to please people can actually end up pushing them away. It is hard to respect someone who has such an ingratiating attitude. If you're afraid to learn from your mistakes, you will more than likely keep repeating them. When you transgress this law, no amount of education, connections, or technical knowledge can save you. Your fearful attitude encloses you in an invisible prison, and there you will remain. Yep. Fear. The invisible prison that we all put ourselves in. Most often for absolutely no reason. There's nothing to fear but fear itself, isn't that what they say? Alright, let's see what this day of travel brings. Yesterday I had to make an impromptu detour that worked out. Tasty. Let's see what this one brings. Yep. demonstrate, never explicate. Most of the time, the moment you start explaining all kinds of stuff, people aren't even listening anyway. Just save your breath and just start doing. It's crazy how they just threw their couch in the gutter. A little bit of tunes. Oh man. Well, no, don't have much to go off of by that. Not much on my mind this morning. So, happens. Actually, that's something I've done quite a bit now that I think about it. When it has come to my my job with the dogs every Sunday. There's a bunch of people there that aren't as experienced with different types of animal behavior. So a lot of dogs, they'll either keep separate from the pack, or they'll give me all kinds of like warning and instruction about how this dog behaves or how that dog behaves. Or like I'll leave. There's normally a point in the day where they'll switch people in the pack. Like maybe I'll have to go to lunch, and when I come back in, other people have certain dogs like separated. And I'll ask like, what's going on with this guy? Oh, he's just starting. Just haven't separated because he's starting to fight or whatever. I'll tell him, well, he's just fine. You got to keep an eye on him. So I'll open it up right away. I'll let the dog out back into the pack. And normally what's happening is the people that were in there aren't really paying attention. They're either on their, well, mostly it's because they're on their phone and they're just not watching what's going on. So something will happen because they just weren't watching and they didn't see it coming. And I let the dogs back in and everything ends up being fine. You kind of have to show them, like, look, you just have to watch. And I'm no different, really, but once I know how everybody's behaving, I'll get on my phone too, whatever. Text my woman or check stupid Instagram or whatever. That's because I already know what's going on. I already see what's happening. Plus, my presence is a bit different with the dogs, anyways. I don't know if it's just the energy I bring, but they don't seem to do what they do when they're with other people. They just don't do that when they're with me. So I don't know. It could be a number of different things that cause different actions. Whew. A little tired. So I was able to, with my project on Claude, I was able to turn a whole conversation into a PDF because I had maxed out. Because I'm using the free version of Claude. The more, if you pay for a paid tier, you're given a lot more room to breathe, so to speak, with the conversations you have with it. And I was reaching the maximum capacity of one conversation I was having. I was like, damn it, I was looking up different ways to extend the conversation. And I just happened to ask on the internet. Well, I asked my Brave AI, my Brave browser, if I start a new conversation, am I able to reference a different conversation? And you can do that on a paid tier. I was like, oh, damn it. And what it was suggesting is to copy and paste part of the conversation to give it context, and you can continue what was being talked about. So what I did instead is I had just enough room in this one conversation to turn it in the whole thing into a PDF. I had to turn the whole conversation into a PDF, and then I pasted that into a new conversation and had it reference it. And I explained, this is the conversation we were having. I need you to reference this file so we can continue this conversation under a new one. And it did. I was like, all right, this is where we were at. So let's keep going. Like, all right, cool. So at least now I figured that out. So I have a ways to go. I have a lot more stuff to do. So I might have to do this a couple times, but at least I know what to do now. It's an easy workaround. Need more coffee. It's gonna be another hot day today. This is my least favorite part of the year. Like the end of July, all of August, and like pretty much the first half of September. It's pretty warm. You know, it's funny too. That whole paragraph I had read from the second book right now about fear. I learned a lot about myself when it comes to fear with the dogs also. A big part of who I am, I think, is due to all my experience with the dogs, which is very interesting. I think I've learned more from them than I have. I've learned more productive and valuable lessons from dogs than I have from humans. I think from dogs I've learned how to be, and from the humans I've learned how not to be. I've had very little positive role models, yeah, from the humans in my life, except for my woman. She's probably the only good role model I think I've ever, or person that I've had in my life that had a positive effect on me. There's a lot of admirable traits that I see in her that are worthy of emulating. And prior to her, most of the people that have been in my life, the only thing I could learn from them is all the traits that I would advise everybody avoid. And then the dogs brought out a lot of stuff in me that really, what the dogs did was put me in circumstances that brought things out of me that I didn't know I had in me. Is probably the best way to put it. It's not like they actually taught me something. It's they made me realize things about myself that I didn't know prior to, which is interesting. This is a weird light behind me. I guess it's a motorcycle because I only see one, but it's like yellow, bright yellow. You can see it in the in the video. What is that? That's very strange. It's definitely a motorcycle. Oh, it's one of those like BMW motorcycles. I don't know how to explain those. Like people use those to like go like cross country on. It's not like a street bike. It's like a, I don't know how I would explain that. But it's got like full dress, like a Harley kind of. It's got like those containers on either side of the back tire. But he had like, I guess they would be fog lights because he had a normal headlight. It's just it was being drowned out by that yellow light. That was really interesting. What does that say? All right, 2 lanes closed at Calgrove. I don't know where that is. North 14 exit closed. What are you doing? It's funny, they're widening this whole section of the freeway. It's going to take forever to finish. But over the years, this whole section of the freeway is all cracked up. Like the whole thing needs to be redone, to be honest. It's pretty bad on some spots. I don't know if that's earthquake damage or just natural, whatever. Oh, what happened here? Oh, Oh, how did that happen? There was a Tesla backwards on the freeway, but it was all by itself. I don't know if it spun out by itself. I don't know how that might have happened. Alright, just going around these guys. All the trucks. Good grief. A whole line of them. Everybody stay in your lane. I hope this lets up near my job. Alright, cool. Let's get over again. See what happens. I haven't seen any signs about my exit yet. We still have a little ways before we get there. Let's see. That was crazy. That car was backwards. How the heck does that happen? It didn't look all like damaged from anything. There was like a cop. They had the whole lane right there, little section coned off. The cops were there, or highway patrol. And you can see him talking to the driver. Probably asking him the same thing. How the heck you end up backwards all by yourself? Alright, so one of these, something's gonna be. Fuck. I don't know what to do. Shit. Looks like they're making us get over. Maybe I should just take Magic Mountain again. Just in case. I don't know what to do. Screw it. Let's take Magic Mountain again, I guess. Just in case, because I don't trust That's what's going on. Are you gonna go? Go ahead and go. Okay, so here. I'm gonna go over here. Road. Go this way. Again. Okay. Is this where I go? I don't remember now. Rye Canyon? Yes, I take Rye Canyon. Takes me back into the freeway again, and that's a good thing. And then Avenue Stanford, I believe that's the first one. I do that again. Right? Yeah. Oh, there is an arrow. Alright. So this is all good. This is where I'm supposed to be. All I saw was a bunch of arrows and all of a sudden cones up ahead and a bunch of trucks getting over, and that seemed way too close to where my exit is, and I don't want to risk blowing past it. This route's super easy now, so that's cool. Come on. Give me my turn, arrow. Oh, man. Alright, going. You better stop. Truck scales. Let me see. I guess maybe my exit was open, but better safe than sorry at this point. It's good I know this route anyways. And here we are. Not too bad. Right. There. All right. I am here.